dated while her TV career was taking off.
I wasn't thinking. Oh, if it's too good to be true.
Wilson eventually asking Lewis to invest $50,000 in his technology business, a business that didn't exist. Her new guy wasn't heaven sent at all.
It was a romance scam. I was investing in a dream.
When you discovered that he was not who you thought he was, that he was a con man, what went through your mind? What went through your heart?
Oh no, it was so painful. It was so painful.
She'd soon find out she wasn't alone. Wilson, who was convicted in 2009 for wire fraud and tax evasion, was also scamming other women for a total of more than $300,000. He's pleaded guilty to wire fraud charges and could be headed to prison for up to 20 years.
Because this is a cuckoo clock. It's just nobody wants to say it, but this is the 5150 show.
Well, all bipolar really means is a salvage title pussy.
Damn. Salvage title. Who's been wrecked?
I want people to notice about this lady, Jennifer Lewis. Show you who this lady is. So when you watch that,
Salvage title pussy.
you get some photos to show who.
Oh, that's John Boyd.
He was her. That's her. She was his side bitch. But show how this bitch conducts herself in public.
Oh.
Talking that shit.
I can't love it.
There's a whole bunch of pictures like this with this lady. Do you see this?
He would look good.
Do you see this? So now do we see why she's saying what she's saying on ESPN's show? Look. This is how she get out. She a do it.
About it.
Oh, shit.
I gotta be honest. She actually wrote about it. I did.
You said she owned it.
About
what she call herself?
Well, I mean, I'd have to read it again.
She didn't call herself a bust down freakazoid because that's what she is.
Definitely, she just
it's a bust down for the streets.
She didn't say how she loves sex, but she likes to throw herself out there. Yeah, she definitely doesn't hide that. So,
but you know that there's triggers. Most people aren't diagnosed with bipolar disorder until the average person is 25 before they get diagnosed. And brain chemistry, genetics. But one thing that a lot of people who have salvage titles pussies, what causes them to develop bipolar disorder is stress and life events. Major life changes such as death of a loved one, divorce, financial problems, and a host of other issues can trigger manic depressive episodes that lead to some form of bipolar disorder.
This bitch sound like a mom who is directing. Gonna stay with her. You know, bitch, I don't want you to cook it. I don't want your testosterone in my food, bitch.
That's the bitch on the bullhorn when you get the hell. That's the heritage.
That's why senators. You heathens will be your.
Now look, now here's one fact about her that I remember that from that, but I wanted to make sure I had the name correct because they refer to her in Hollywood as the mother of Black Hollywood. She's played the mother in so many shows and movies.
She doesn't respect us, and she doesn't represent us well. This is how she is. Can you respect that? Well, like, I mean, really, when you see it, and she elderly.
That's crazy.
She's elderly. Vaginally. Ain't no blood came out of pussy 20 plus years.
What is she, 75? How old is she?
If that bitch got bit by a mountain lion in the pussy, wouldn't no blood come out of it. There's no more blood in the pussy. And she over here talking shit about us.
How do you think that is, and what do you have to say to black men and Latinos who were not in favor of supporting Kamala Harris.
Oh, honey.
Oh my God.
Mm. When your favorite niece and your
You ain't doing that.
13-year-old daughter is raised by your alcoholic brother or the next door neighbor,
What is she talking about?
and she tries to abort that baby
Bipolar.
inside of her
Oh.
from a, you're
Talk
gonna
about
regret
anything,
it.
nigga.
They want to keep
Right,
you
yeah, could be
in their
anything.
place. So disgusting. I can't even put words to them voting for her. They didn't vote for her. Excuse me, didn't vote because she was a woman. They didn't care that she was
Fuck.
smart and powerful, educated, beautiful, kind, joyful, fearless. She would have taken care of this country. She would have protected the people. She would have surrounded herself with great minds. But keeping women in their place was more important to them. And black men, that was just shocking. Because, honey, he's going to give the military and the police permission to shoot you in your back, and there will be no immunity. So, baby, y'all done.
Who's on Jennifer Lewis? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
man.
I had to put her out there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. This is a lady who's been doing acting a long time. I know the shit you must have had to do to still be on television. All them people on television are being abused. Abused. You think you about to be a superstar without going through the same rituals? No. No. No.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's what horror leads to. Single, 70, and bipolar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your old bitch out here talking shit about Nick. There go another picture out there. Look, this is what she do.
Always got her pussy.
Damn, that was back in the day.
I mean,
Can you imagine her with them legs? You know, some girls, you put them legs all the way back. And she said, come on with it. Give it to me.
That's terrible.
Come on, Phil. We went to college. You were a freshman when I was. You used to hoop, Phil.
Don't catch
Give me that slow kick, Phil.
Got a stray over there. Her book was incredible. Wow, she had some stories.
I mean, you just can't go on there and rant on rappers and not expect me to say nothing if it gets in my ear.
It's crazy hearing Jennifer Lewis talk that way. I just looked it up. She's 60, 70 years old. One thing I've realized, man, is that people just get too passionate, just too worked up over politics. I'm not going to lie. About 8 years ago in 2016, when Trump got elected, I was kind of leery at first. Like, oh, man, I don't know what this really going to mean for us. But now that was 8 years ago. I'm 8 years older, 8 years wiser, 8 years more mature. I realized the world ain't finna end because of who selected this president. The world's going to keep moving. He'll be in office for 4 years, and then that's that, man. As the old saying goes, it's always Jermaine's fault. How do black men get the blame for Kamala Harris not winning the presidency? But we get blamed for everything. What do you guys think about Jennifer Lewis and her remarks? Let me know in the comments. You got the squad. Fall out.
ladies and gentlemen, Patrice O'Neal.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
How many people getting sick of the Hindu obstacle course at the airport? It's just, it's, I mean, I'm a racist, but it's getting, and I don't mind foreigners, but don't be from your country. Like, it's okay to be originally from there, like your parents and grandparents, but you can't be from India. And Ibn Dabble for my Ibn Dabble. You go, what the fuck? I know I'm American. I'm more American than you. Because I don't know Ibn Dabble.
Abu Dhabi.
No, my voice. I'm American. Like, I I need an American voice to ask me for my shit. But you can't get rid of the double day dudes because they're amazing. Like, who else will work at a 24-hour Brooklyn gas station with no bulletproof vests and no gun? You do something smaller.
Appreciate it.
Yep, yep.
You can't, because they do jobs nobody else gonna do. That's why you can't. Listen, what is this thing where we're trying to get Mexicans out this country? Who else is going to work without Mexicans? And who else is going to work? Who else would drive a bicycle
Wow.
on the highway? Who else? On the highway against traffic to deliver you a panini sandwich for lunch on time. Kicking your hotel door to make your bed besides some little Mexican woman who has an ethic. She has to make your bed. I have to make hello. And she knocks and she fucking punches the door. She scares the shit out of you. The chain is on. Hello. It's on, I'm alive. The chain's on the door. You can have, ma'am, please. Please, I must make your bed. I must make your bed. I must make your bed. Please, please.
Gotta give each other some room.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking ideals, and she's trying to squeeze in through the space. Like, hello.
Give me that. I'll take
wish
this
I
one.
never traveled for real, because I would like to just never had traveled outside this country, and then I could hate America and be happy. You know what I'm saying? But I traveled, and now it's like I like America, but I still hate. It's weird. I hate it, but it's nowhere better because all I got to really deal with is racist crackers like that, and that's. It's funny because like black people really don't look at white people with like you're the oppressor anymore. It's just something we do. It's just like we like not liking white people, and white people like not liking us. That's just what we do. It's just because I'm not going nowhere, and I'll kill a motherfucker. You tell me to go like back to Africa. But listen, I'm talking to black people. Stop that fucking horse shit. That go back to Africa shit. First of all, Africans don't like black people. That's first point. They don't like us. And what the fuck am I going to do in Africa?
Appreciate it.
Besides fighting some war, wearing sweatpants and tuxedo shoes. Fucking machete in my hand with a pair of fucking tuxedo shoes. Oh, fuck it. That's this world, man. They own us too much, man. If you travel, you know. If you travel, you know how much they own this country. And I'm not a nigga no place else but here. Every place else I'm American. I got to figure out how to be an American. I had to learn that shit. See a nigga like arguing like, hey, let me tell you something about the Star Spangled Banner, buddy. And you be like, oh. In America, but when you go to another country, I just do it. And I try to tell people people think we're weak, but we're not a weak country. It's just, look at 9/11. Let me tell you something about this country. 9/11, man, look, I live in Jersey City, and I seen the World Trade Center shit happen, and it used to be, people after buildings fell, people go down to them holes and be crying and shit. Now you go down there, and the holes are the tourist attraction. You know what I'm saying? The people are like taking the shout out pictures, you know what I'm saying? In front of the hole. Because that's how we are. We have to accept how we are. We just
Mama.
That kind of country. 9/11 is. I got 10 more years before it's a holiday. Hamburger, hot dog, holiday. If you think it's not, just think about our country. We don't celebrate like peach cobbler day or, honeydew melon day. We celebrate horrible shit.
Fuck.
Which is well, sweetie, because the Jews and the Romans fucked Jesus up. Let's have fun. Wonderful time finding these eggs on the back of Jesus, sweetie. And please pray for the Indians that died getting musketed in the face so we can enjoy this turkey and cranberry sauce and watch the football game. Give those fucking engines, give those red motherfuckers some love, those drunks. Just give them some love for getting shot up.
Yeah, I'll be able to.
Indians get two gruesome holidays. They get Columbus Day too, God bless them. We got a couple of good holidays. We got Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, but you don't get paid for this shit. I don't give a fuck how much you love your mama. You better bring your motherfucking ass to work.
Fucking face in the paint.
Did your mother get beat up? Motherfucker, did she die? Did she get crucified? Well, then fuck that bitch. You better come in and work. You call a bitch from the phone, a payphone, and say I love you, but you better get your. I got mad at the tsunami shit. I got angry at that shit. Now we can talk about it now because the news don't talk about it no more, so that means we don't really care.
Foul that.
Like when I was watching shit, I kept going, God damn, that don't look like that movie The Day After Tomorrow, or this shit don't look horrifying. I would have died definitely because it didn't. I just would have stood there and been like, oh, look at this. Ooh. It's a high one coming. Shit didn't look horrific, but evidently it was. But if you live in New York City, first of all, you can't really get that fucked up over natural disasters, especially if you're black. Black people, niggas do not die in natural disasters. It doesn't happen. That's something between Asians and white people. Asians die in natural disasters. They die in earthquakes and floods and shit. And white people die with all wind-related. Like, God's trying to blow white people.
Get the fuck out of here.
This shit fucked me up because, again, this foreign shit. Motherfuckers start attacking Bush, okay? But when you attack Bush, you attacking the country. And I'm not really on some Bush shit, but you can't attack this motherfucker. They said he didn't apologize quick enough for the tsunami. Like, he didn't get up out of bed and make a speech for the tsunami shit. First of all, it was the day after Christmas. Second of all, only about 2,000 people died at that time. So that's like, what? Some motherfuckers over there. They didn't start getting fucked up till like 6 figures, like 100,000, shit. But they started cursing this motherfucker up because he didn't get up and make that speech. First of all, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. I don't think the motherfucker know where Indonesia is on the map. Neither does he give a fuck. Like, if you ask him, where's Indonesia? He'd be like, ask the secretary of giving a fuck. Wait, ask this black bitch.
Appreciate it.
Always next to me.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck Indonesia is. You don't give a fuck where Indonesia is.
Appreciate it.
You know, the first thing they did was look at it and go,
I'm gonna jump
oh
off for
boy,
a minute.
first of
Y'all
all,
can run
what
one
the
after
fuck
this.
is a tsunami? Tell him it's tsunami, Mr. President, because you'll smack the shit out of him. That's tsunami. What the fuck? Is that a T? Is that a T? Is that a S? It's tsunami. I'm gonna smack this shit Next motherfucker come in here and tell me how to pronounce a motherfucking word, I will smack you through this motherfucking wall.
Oh!
I mean, when you watch the news, when you home alone, man, certain things just, you feel differently when you're in public. If people ask you like Scott, like let me like Scott Peterson, and let me qualify what I'm getting ready to say right now is that I believe people are guilty or innocent based on the fact of whether I think they are or not. I don't have any other proof. I just go, I don't think the motherfucker. I never thought Mike Tyson. And the reason I say this because motherfucker now he's fighting like farmers. They got Mike fighting anybody just to say, Mike, we want to see you knock the motherfucker out again. He was so special as a knockout artist. We hated to see him when he got on the rape beat that I never believed, especially based on the last interview we had with Greta Van Suskin. And she goes, what do you have to say to your victims, Mike? He goes, well, I wish I hadn't really raped the bitch. And her mama. I wish I hadn't really raped the bitch and her mama. I'm like, whoa, that is an innocent man. I'm telling you. Only an innocent man can be that angry and say some shit that fucked up. Like, I wish I had a rapist, I'd have been in jail for something instead of raping a bitch, and I really didn't. So that's Mike's way of, like, figuring it all out. Her testimony years ago, which cut me off, even without the interview, but the interview solidified it. Her testimony, he forced oral sex on me. And I said, damn, he made you suck his dick? That's terrible. He ate a pussy. That's when it was like, case dismissed. Because what rapist tries to make you feel wonderful? I've eaten pussy a long time. And rape me. How the fuck can you get shot, bitch? Shut up. Shut up. Slide the hood back to expose your clitoris. Maximum stimulation. Shut the fuck up. You got shut up. If any woman ain't been getting a pussy, he'd have been going, hell! I knew that dude Mark Hackey did it. That Mark Hackey's the other Scott Peterson, but he didn't get away with it. He admitted he did it right away. He just couldn't take the pressure. But I knew he did it immediately because he was on TV crying, being dishonest. He was on TV, please, help me find my missing wife, please. And I was like, that motherfucker killed his wife.
You get it?
Why? Because no man cries over his missing wife. That's not enough. We don't like you like that. I'm a party for a week before I be like, hold up, turn the music down. These bitches missing. Hold on, no, you see this bitch? Where she at? The bitch is a pile the fuck up. Where she at?
This is a pile the fuck up. Come on,
we do not like you like that. Here's to tell you what would happen if you came up missing. First, a day go by, he's like, she's cheating on him. The second day, we don't even think about you. We start thinking about ourselves, like, oh, they're gonna think I killed this motherfucker. So the whole second day, you're like, God damn, I should call the cops, but they're gonna think I killed me. I didn't kill her. So the third day, you call like, oh. Officer, my wife is. Am I calling too early? She's been missing for 3 days. Is that too early to call you? How did I?
Oh, we just dropped the fucking.
Last couple days. Yeah, bitch is missing. You feel that shit? I'm asking to talk to the fellas. Did you feel that just now? Did you feel the vaginas? Like, you feel that shit? It's funny. Like, I love that shit when the pussy's just, like, did you feel how the wind just
You get it?
stop? When the pussy's just, they give you the pussy beam. You feel it when they just look at you like I'm supposed to stop what the fuck I'm want to say and shit, and they just. Save over Billy Club. Look, don't be upset about it. Do your job. That's your job, is to make men's fun miserable. Your job is to, when motherfuckers is right at that cusp of having a great time, y'all just fuck it up. Look at all the guys sitting straight ahead, looking straight ahead, not even giving the bitch peripheral. Shit, the niggas ain't even like this because they know the pussy beam.
Oh my god. This
That's what
game.
y'all do. As soon as y'all
He ain't
get to
even
something y'all don't
reach
like,
either.
it's just shut it
Ball just
down.
fucking
But
came
really,
out.
fundamentally, on a primal level, we don't like you. We don't
Man,
like
what?
you. We don't ever want to really see you. Like, you never heard four guys
Get
hanging out at a
down,
party,
court,
right? And
nigga.
one of them goes, you know what to make this party even better? If my girl was here. She's funny as a motherfucker. And the only reason we don't go, get the fuck out of here, is because women are the worst terrorists there are. Worse than Al Qaeda, because this is what y'all do. You hold the pussy hostage and threaten to kill it if we don't listen to your horrendous nonsense. And you make it read a letter. The pussy be reading the letter. Listen to her story. She's gonna kill me. I'll never see you again. Look at this. Yeah, this posture. This ain't good when girls do this. Girls do that. He hates women. He hates women. Somebody got to tell you. Let me ask you a question. Here's a question. Here's a serious question. Okay, ladies, if you didn't have a vagina, like say it was a terrible train accident, right? And the doctor was like, we have to remove your pussy right away or you're going to die. How would you keep your man past, you get a 2-month guilty, I can't leave the bitch right away because she just lost a pussy on the train.
Oh!
You can't just walk right out on her.
Too much, man.
You keep your man past that if you didn't have a vagina.
Oh my
Out
god!
of here.
Nothing. You can talk. You can talk. Suck his dick. Okay. Mouth. Asshole. Okay. Great. The whole show, right? But I give women an
Got a
opportunity
lot
to
of
say,
charged
I want to
files
make
this
myself
game.
worth more. But you just classified yourself as a series of holes. But
I'm not even running with a turbo.
that's a hole for yourself. No one said learn how to play Xbox, learn how to play pool, tell better stories, get another bitch that got a pussy to come on in. Oh, look, whatever. Plus, when you get a certain age, pussy is not what it was when you was younger. I like pussy differently. I don't know what the difference is, but it's like I don't get excited about the idea of getting pussy. Like, I only fuck so I have a memory to jerk off to later.
Nope.
So later on, when I'm jerking off to her, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good as a motherfucker later.
Later.
I'm beating off to her when I could just really enjoy this shit instead of looking.
Shit.
I've been jerking off in the shower so long, I'm surprised a baby hasn't crawled out the drain yet. I'm just saying. You know what it is? Like, it's sad. It really is. Like that you feel so comfortable making us miserable. It's I don't understand what it is. Like, what is that?
Appreciate it.
Well, you just go, hey, I'm comfy. I'm just comfy. It's reverse rape. It's not the same rape like men inflict upon women. And if you could, ladies, you would rape us. You would come out of a bush with a gun, give me some dick, motherfucker. Well, we'd be laughing at you. First of all, what you got a gun for? Shut up, motherfucker, put your dick out. You be like, how you gotta pretend to be scared? Make me fuck you. So what you do is it's emotional. It's a different kind of rape. Because you don't deal with rejection. Women are not built to be rejected on a daily basis. So if he was to let it how I feel about him every day, and he's like, look, I don't like you like that, that would just destroy him. So what you do? What's us? Emotions first. That you already have, but you make us say it first.
I grab mine unless
so
somebody else will do it.
Your emotion. Here's woman rape. Ready?
I go grab mine.
All right. Sounds like a winner.
And if you say no, I don't miss you, she kills the pussy. The pussy's dead. But if you say yes and you don't mean it, that means that's what rape is. I've said, honey, hey, I love you, and didn't mean it, and I want to take a shower after. I want to lay in the tub in the fetal position and cry. Because I lied to a bitch about how I felt. Now she thinks I like it like that. And we do that because women can't handle like surface happiness. You just won't be happy, surface. You gotta ask a question all the time. You ever eat a girl's pussy for the first time and she goes, "What's your question?" Yes, of course. Difficulty finding where the fuck to go? Oh, that's my spot. How'd you know? Because that's everybody's spot. That's special. Well, no, to keep your man happy. I'm telling you, because it's desire you want. You don't want the guy to just fucking like be into you because you want him to be. You want him to love you and shit. Here's how you do it. First of all, first thing you do, don't ever talk to him. Don't talk to him ever. Just shut the fuck up. Just don't, with your nonsense, don't talk. Just don't talk. He'll love you if you leave him the fuck alone. Secondly, in the bedroom, you gotta be a $15 hookup. Disgusting. You gotta embarrass your parents. You gotta do shit you gotta do horrendous shit in the bedroom. You have to. If you don't, he's gonna leave you. Because we need filth. We're visual. So you have to be a whore and like, you ever fuck a woman with dignity all the time? Like, she always has self-respect, and you trying to push her head down in the pillow and lift her ass up, and she's like, it's some civil rights shit where she won't go down. Like, she looking at us like, you ain't something like me. You put me in slave. Now, I don't even argue no more. I don't even get, as soon as I feel that shit, I just take both arms and pull them back, and her head just... I tried. Give me the opportunity for us to be a partnership. Like, when you're a whore, be a whore for you. Don't be a whore for me. We know the difference. Be a whore. Like, when you suck dick, don't go. Never do. Make a sound between retarded and choking. That's sexy to us. Like, yeah. Act like you can brush your teeth.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, this bitch is a fucking whore.
There's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that. And at 5'5", I've always handled it fist first.
Cat Williams walked up to a Target employee. They're just talking. It's totally normal. He's about to guy in the face. He leaves the Target in one of those like motorized carts. He's a little rascal in his little rascal and totally insane.
In this life, there are consequences, and I'm going to have to face mine, and your nose has to face his. Just for that one time.
One time.
For that one last mistake. That one last mistake.
Good to see so many fine people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Cat Williams gonna show up. Save that advice. You know, right now.
I need a squad invite. Yeah.
His whole sitcom, and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal, and he wear a suit, and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. They're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy, and if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey was never homeless. When Mark Bernie's touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. They came to me. I was supposed to be the fourth king. I got the offer. But I turned it down. Why?
What you doing, bro?
And I know the truth. I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me. I'm the next king. And now that he's gone, you going like, he wanted to be a movie star.
You know, dudes felt like they was movie stars. I never saw myself as a movie star. I never read for a movie, man. Didn't care nothing about it. I was a TV star. I want to be on TV. TV, radio, yo, if I could do this, right? I could become household if I stay on TV. Right. Hey, man, to be famous in a movie, you know how long it takes to be doing stand-up? I'm doing stand-up. Okay. The next progression is TV movies.
That's the goal for all of us. That's how it goes. That's why when you hear these dudes talking about, oh, I didn't want to be a movie star. You just know it's disingenuous. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, oh, no. I just wanted to do a game show. Right. What? You sure? Are you sure? If 100 people talk at the same time that you talking, are you saying something different than them people are saying? Because if you are, then you deserve a special. And if you don't, you're going to find out you're not special. They're going to let you be a star, Lil Rel, but you ugly. And white people don't believe in ugly stars.
We can't have some back and forth. Y'all cool now?
No, not really. Lil Rel, but you ugly. So what the I got to do with this? I don't know what that means. They're going to make you a star, Lil Rel, but you're ugly. Like, brother, if I'm an ugly nigga, thank God. That's why nothing happened to me. Ain't nobody approached me. Ain't nobody asked me to do shit. I guess I'm an ugly, talented nigga. I'm okay.
When the last time you saw Cat? He was at the Indies a couple years ago.
Wow.
So this is when we into it. Like this happened.
Yeah, okay, y'all go, y'all.
We done did the video. This happened. I just presented an award at the Emmys. I go backstage, right? And Chappelle don't know me and this dude either.
Right.
Chappelle sees me. Oh, Lil Rel. Oh, Williams. You know Lil Rel, you know Cat? How we just staring at each other.
Oh,
He was like, what the hell would you do next, right?
He did.
I would fold Lil Rel into a small package and sit it inside of Kevin Hart. And then tie it up with a microwave.
I want to know. I think the world want to know what happened between you and Ali Sadiq. I know you said
The
you
world
want to talk
couldn't
about it.
possibly want to know that. He's not famous enough for the world to want to know that. No matter what he says, he never met me.
Cat rides back to the hotel with me to the Island Capri. We talk about tattoos the whole way. Years go by. We at the Reliant Arena here. I'm out to get this cat named Ghetto. I walk out to get this cat named Ghetto. You probably know.
Oh, my bad.
Ghetto vouch for this story. I walk out to get Ghetto. I turn back around. You know how the arena people look in the goddamn yellow shirts. All of them are locked arms, standing in front of the door. I'm like, hey, let me slide through y'all. And the lady who was sitting in front of my door, she said, I said, what? They don't know what's going on. It's just been a sign. Don't let Ali sleep back in this building. Yes. Man, security at the time, dude's name is Carl. Carl comes, and he talking over the shoulders of security people. I'm standing outside, being Ghetto. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, Carl, what's up? He's like, man, Cat, I don't know what's up. Man, Cat, I don't want you back in the building. So what?
It'd be nice if that was the story. So now, if that's the story, then let me see if I got this correct. A guy I've never met was supposed to be doing a show with me. And I got so angry, even though I hadn't met him, that I had security keep him out of the building. See, that's the problem with lies. They're faulty from their inception, sir. Tiffany Haddish. She's been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody. And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball? Right. Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her?
But people like real, and that's why they like her.
They like?
They love real
Because everybody's real then. So don't trip.
No, they like
Wherever
Tiffany
you
Haddish
at under the sound of my
she's
voice,
real.
do you have a real co-worker? Right. Do you have a ratchet friend? Do you have a sister? Do you have a cousin? Do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Is they so ghetto? When did that become marketable? Knock it off. They like her because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt was standing right next to me, and then Elizabeth's husband was like, man, I hope we don't get caught in this elevator. And I was like, it's going to be some pretty ass babies in this elevator. And he said, well, if I'm single in a year and you're single in a year, maybe we can get together and see what happens. And I was like, oh my God. When me and Kevin met and stuff, he told me to make this list of
Kevin Hart. Yep.
Kevin Hart, yes, he told me to make a list. So Leonardo was on that list. It was to get pregnant by him. So when and I was like,
Good cleanup, AI.
Tiffany Haddish, and I think that you were such a talented person. He's like, thank you. I think you're really funny. I saw you with Chris Rock and all that. I was like, oh, thank you. So I just want to tell you something. He's like, what? I was like, I want to hit. Forget that. I'm talking about drugs.
She had a white husband for the 14 years she been doing comedy, and then all of a sudden, wrote a book, then said he didn't, and then now we're at Brad Pitt. So hey, you can say whatever you want. She said she got a disease for JJ. Don't nobody check for that.
What did you think when you heard that before you were stunned?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck this man? And then I was like, but you know, I always think that because I figured I must have done something funny. I must have done something.
married to a white man. I read that. I was like, because
I've been proposed to by a white man before.
So you weren't married to a white man?
No, never
I know
did.
that, but
Yeah.
This is to keep it classy. Yeah. Especially where Cat Williams comes from. You keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
That was in that position at one point.
You were the guy. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You saw promo shoots. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, people tell lies. Cats on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Everybody has to understand that Netflix doesn't have an opinion on stand-up comedy. They base what they pay by the amount of ticket sales for your last tour.
No shit.
Tour.
I get what y'all.
All right, bro. Hope you feel better, man.
Thank
My last tour had $2.4 million to get tickets, and so that's what they offered.
Wow. Now, got these tickets.
Yes, 2.4 million tickets on his last tour.
Oh, that's more than Beyonce and Jay-Z.
That's more than Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake.
That's more than
Billy Joel.
That's more than Beyonce and Justin Timberlake combined. You understand how many tickets 2.4 million tickets are? All in researchable information. I'm sitting on 1.3 million tickets sold. There is nobody close to me in ticket sales and comedy.
You on a worldwide tour?
I am worldwide.
Good block.
With the likes of Bruno Mars, your Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Okay, I'm up there with those people. So in comedy, it's unheard of to get those numbers. You throw out numbers like 2.4 million, it's ridiculous. That's false. It's not even close.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in a trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in it. So the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, you got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he just talks to you.
My bad, Fizzle.
He put this dress on, and Martin, prostitute. No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. But that should have been in the discussion. And then finally he's like, and he leaves, and then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if wear the dress. Oh gosh, that's so difficult.
Man.
Really? Man, the producers
Don't pull me out my
David,
precision, bro.
so,
Like, come on,
I mean,
bro.
and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why they be putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You gotta take a stand.
So have you ever ran into that with scripts and is there something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into put on the dress.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long life.
Fuck, man.
So now saying, why were you picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Should have never worn these shoes. They match my purse. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision.
It's all about choice. You know, nobody makes you do anything. Right. Nobody says this is what you got to do. It's the only way that you're going to do it. On Saturday Night Live, you know, it was a choice that I made. So I think it's all about your pick of what's funny to you.
I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. Why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
He's doing the interview, and he has to say something about me.
Yep. He wasn't even asked about you.
Right.
Yeah, he just brought you up out of the blue.
Like, okay, when I see him,
Hands up, man.
You know, he was saying you pulled a gun on him outside a Supper Club or something the other night. And
wait a minute, you're telling me Faison, the actor, said on TMZ that I did what?
That a gun was pulled.
Were you scared when he pulled the gun out? Did you think he was going to shoot you?
I tell you the truth, I was. Because it's like, you know, somebody with a gun and they on that narcotic, you don't know what's going to happen.
You saying he's a snitch?
I use the allegation.
He's a bald-faced rat?
I use the allegation.
You think that he went and told you street business?
What's going on? What happened, man?
Obviously, you did it, yeah.
Everyone in 6 months.
Faison called the police on us. Gangbangers are only gangbangers when the gang's around. I mean, I thought he was a big, famous dude. I'm saying,
tough guy, yeah.
I thought he was a blood or something. Faison, he can tell the police whatever he wants. Faison, write some jokes. When their gang's not around, and suddenly they just come before they go and call the police. Dudes that are 5'5". 45.
Oh, like, okay, when I see him, I got him.
That's like you beating up a 14-year-old.
It's like me going to a soccer field and beating up a 14-year-old, slapping him first to get my ass beat.
At 5'5", I've always handled it first.
I got Cat Williams out here, man. Better fire big ass up.
What happened in Georgia? Is everything okay? With Julia? Well, there's a story that you got arrested in Georgia. I did. Something that happened in the food store. What happened?
He used the N-word on the last day of Black History.
Well,
so Cat Williams did what Cat Williams had to do as a black man.
any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, sure, anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. Shout outs to the nobodies of the world. So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and there had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. One of us had to cut off all their hair. Couldn't do the sideburn thing no more. With the points was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people? Yeah. It's part of what they give you.
I'd ask you, please go. Would Cat Williams ever really offered you a role in Fast and Furious?
No, he never. I don't. Not that I know of.
You didn't take offense to nothing, even when he was saying to you do this and you do that, you get the ugly light-skinned wife in movie roles.
Charlamagne, it was so laughable
Oh shit,
what he
my
said.
bad.
I took it as laughable because he's a comedian, and that's why I kind of responded with some laughable stuff.
You cook for your kids?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the things. As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm
I
still
said, what do they
answering.
like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
Question.
Is it okay for me to ask? You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear. How many kids you got? One?
I have 3 boys.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli, and they love my steak.
Your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli. And tell me
Appreciate it.
Don't expect that.
Is it crazy? And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the people say to do a 3. Your hair is kind of.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
My man fouled out.
Moving while we talk.
All that clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
Versace, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. Their 2019 summer line. You get your blood pressure down. You can't call me that. For all is 600. I'm Lil Mama's baby daddy. Yes, ma'am. What are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes. Being on the radio. Most comedians don't get booed enough. This is how you end up with a Michael Blackson, who was a real African doing a fake African accent. Okay, well, no.
Me and Cat was really cool. So I did an interview with Drink Champ, and I thought I was getting a compliment, but I guess it came up wrong, and he took it personal.
To be a successful comedian, you have to be likable. Look at Cat Williams. Cat is for a 10-year-old kid, smoke crack, and everything. The Cat is so likable and so lovable. Cat can go out and do a movie, do whatever he wants.
Hey, I didn't even mean it in a bad way. I'm trying to give you a compliment. And I'm a comedian. Even my compliments will have some kind of joke to it. That's what we do.
All I did was give him the best advice of his life. Remember, he was wearing dirty dashikis, and I told him he needed to dress to be in the position that he's trying to say that he's in.
Get out the way.
And king of comedy, sir, there's actually comedians in Africa doing comedy. If you're going to say that, you got to go to Africa and get a school. Dude. Everybody got, you got to put in some work. And these guys, they take my advice, they change their whole persona, and then they hate me for it.
He said he had to talk with me and we never had no conversation. I told him if you go to South Africa, it's time to go to Africa and build a school. Randomly tell their friends go build a school. It shouldn't make no sense. But you know what? Building a school is something that is almost impossible to do. And who did it? LeBron James, Oprah. So now I've done something so great, he had to find a way to attach himself to it and tell them that he told me to do it. So that way he can look good. Yeah, he's a crackhead.
Cat Williams, I want to know what's shorter. You or my scene next Friday?
All of your scenes are slaughtered.
I don't like it.
Fuck.
Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer. We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon.
Oh.
Can I say that again for the audience?
X.
They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Pat Williams' joke? He said it don't line up.
Like, I mean, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was like the idea of the joke that he was talking about don't even match up with no timeline. So for me, it was one of those things like...
Did you have a conversation? Did you guys sell it? Did you have a conversation with Cat?
I've seen Cat, you know, even before. I've seen this guy 30 times. Like, dog, if you literally was that upset about it, like, dog, why didn't you say, hey, why you say nothing? Like, that don't even make sense. This is some internet shit, and that's all I can say.
BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice. Right. It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial, make sure you tune in to BET, was you seeing me doing this joke. This is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke. Okay. 1998. I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 13 times. And Cat didn't do as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. Was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me?
Williams, have you ever used your platform to bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld, Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love, complain about the people that are coming under. When the people of color get these opportunities, why are the people of color the ones that are tearing the people that are getting the opportunities down?
And also, well, Dave Chappelle responded to Cat Williams and said he didn't like the fact that he was going at only black comedians.
Oh. I wasn't trying to do that. My bad. Oh, he got the 3.
That's it.
I told my story to a regular heart, was everything. And never told on anybody.
Dave's not wrong. I said the same thing. I said something very similar. If you're going to call out the power structure in Hollywood, don't go after, in your words, the puppets. Call out the folks pulling the strings. Don't call out the planters. Call out the people who are doing the planting. Like, you can't have any conversation about power.
Shot. There it is.
And not talk about
Kill it.
Good pass.
It's a real problem in the industry. You start at the top. You start at the head. Calling out a bunch of your peers does nothing but make you the talker. Don't listen to me.
Oh, get up, get up!
Is not where the line is.
I was calling timeout because I thought he had the ball. Yes.
You ain't gotta shoot. You ain't gotta
You gotta shoot. What they gonna do? Yep.
What's the number 11? 12. Ah, damn it.
Yes. Good dub.
Hell yeah.
I know it's fucked up, but I'd say the truth. You know, everything's funny. Everything's funny until it happens to you. 3 months, a mere 3 months after that terrible attack that Chris Rock endured, I was on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. Lunatic jumped out of the crowd and attacked me. Now, I got to tell you, if it happens to you, you don't even know what the fuck is happening. It was like slow motion. I just looked over. I don't know this nigga. I just looked and said, oh, my God, I'm being attacked. And this motherfucker was ragged. He jumped at me. He was like, ah. I'm old, but I'm fast. I caught this motherfucker's head with my hand and pulled his hoodie over his ass. I can still feel
AI again?
his head in my hand.
796.
It was spongy. He had been growing dreadlocks. Not the beautiful dreads that vegetarians grow. These were accidental LA homeless dreads. Bottle caps and shit in it. Some kind of grease. I was like, oh, like this. And then I fell down. And he knocked me all the way on the ground. And I was like, man, this is a bad situation. I don't know if I'm going to die or what's going to happen. But in that moment, the vulnerability, you know what occurred to me that had never occurred to me before in my life? In that moment.
Bro, we playing the same exact people.
It looks like the same niggas. At least the point looks the same.
Nigga, it is same nigga. I'm sorry, I got the same center.
It gotta be the same nigga.
To work. Try this.
Oh, I'm trying to go to you.
Oh my God. I told you this down.
Appreciate it.
Myself. So I popped like that bump. And then the kid that knocked me down, he popped that bump, and we looked at each other and realized at the same time. Too big of a camera. And I started to chase him, and I said, fuck him. Microphone up. So, man. Right. For 3 months.
Oh,
before
shit.
that, I've been making fun of Chris Rock. But people would ask me all the time. They say, Dave, what would you do if you were Chris Rock? Will Smith slapped you in the face. To this day, the answer is the same. Well, I don't know what I would have done. I've never been in a situation that extreme. But I do know now what Will Smith would not have done.
What?
And that is enjoy the rest of his evening. Wow, we was whooping his ass. Yeah, man, I was on stage trying to think of a joke to tell, but they was beating this nigga up right behind me. Everybody could see it. Everybody could see it. And I'm sitting up there trying to think of what to say. And I'm tongue-tied. Me, of all people, can't think of anything to say. Look at my karma. Just that moment. Of all the people in the world, Chris Rock walks from backstage, walks up to me in front of 20,000, grabs the mic out of my hands and looks at the crowd and goes, "Is that Will Smith?" Motherfuckers fell out of their chairs.
My bad. All right, come on.
I was standing there looking stupid. I was fucking furious. I'm thinking in my mind, nigga, this is my attack. 3 months ago. Oh, you have jokes? So I snatched the mic back from Chris and tried to get one on, but my shit did not go good at all. I didn't know what to say. I was like, it was a trans man. And the crowd was like, you like trans people? I know, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But I know why I did it. You have to be there to understand, but man, when that guy tackled me, it was like a... Oh! I got a picture. Picture. Like every famous person you can imagine was in that shit. It's like Hollywood had ever seen. And when that guy tackled me, I cleared the bleachers. I had to watch the tape afterwards to know this happened, but as soon as he tackled me, Jamie Foxx was the first motherfucker that jumped out of the crowd. He was wearing a white cowboy hat, like he knew this shit was gonna happen to him. Never seen this nigga in a cowboy hat before. And Jamie started chasing that motherfucker around like any given Sunday. And that kid was fast as shit, was juking and shaking and broke Jamie's ankles, and he just kept running. And then Jon Stewart from The Daily Show ran from backstage and jumped at this motherfucker like Super Jew. He was like, ah. And the kid seen John coming, so he jumped back and John went flying that way. And the kid was fast, and then he turned around. He sees the emergency exit, starts running for the emergency exit. Just before he got to the door,
he come out mad.
Motherfucking Puff Daddy from Bad Boy Records jumped in front of the door. That thing's like, Boy.
Appreciate it. Good job.
And every celebrity just ran out because every celebrity saw themselves in me. They just started beating the fuck out of that kid. And I know Chris was backstage looking like, nobody help me.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I like not knowing what's going to happen.
Oh, you should have kept going.
I like making memories.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do all this crazy around my colleagues just so that they can tell their friends I did it. Rather than talk about myself, I want to just talk about my genre. Stand-up comedy is an incredibly American genre. I don't think any other country could produce this many comedians. And unbeknownst to many people in this audience, I don't think there's opinion that it exists in this country that is not represented in a comedy club by somebody. Each and every one of you has a champion in the room. We watch you guys fight, but when we're together, we talk it out. I know comics that are very racist, and I watch them on stage, and everyone's laughing, and I'm like, that motherfucker means that. I don't don't get mad at them, don't hate them. We go upstairs and have a beer, and sometimes I even appreciate the artistry that they paint their racist opinions with. Man, it's not that serious. First Amendment is first for a reason. Second Amendment, just in case the first one doesn't work out. We gotta let some air out of the bone, man. The country's getting a little tight. It doesn't feel like it's ever felt in my lifetime. So tonight, I am honored that my colleagues are here in comedy and in music.
Let's go. Let's get.
I want everyone in America right now to look at me smoking indoors. I didn't ask anybody. I just did it. What are they gonna do? Kick me out before I get the prize? No, nigga. This is called leverage.
Oh, damn it!
The thing I like best about that was that I saw so many people from different parts of my life, like friends that I grew up with here in D.C., friends of mine from Ohio then and now, friends of mine, all the you guys have no idea how you inspire me. I want to give a special shout out to my OG, Tony Woods. Miles Davis has a quote. It's one of my favorite. Miles Davis said so much cool, but one of the things he said I always loved, he said, it took me years to learn how to play like myself. You know, he would watch other musicians and he would try to play like Dizzy or Bird or all the guys who were great. Tony Woods was my Dizzy and Bird if I was a Miles. I was trying to play like you. You were the first person I ever saw who was absolutely right. Fearless, and he told the truth. There's something so true about this genre, when done correctly, that I will fight anybody that gets a true practitioner of this art form's way. But I know you're wrong. This is the truth, and you are obstructing it. I'm not talking about the content. I'm talking about the art form. Do you understand? Do we have an agreement? And what I really wanted to say tonight, and I'm glad I get the platform to do it, I'm gay.
Come on.
Can't wait to see what this does for my career, being gay like this. So many special shout-outs. One of the main architects of the comeback of the century. My brother and my mentor, the mighty Stan Lathan. I never dreamed that I would be able to work with someone as great as you. These last 5 specials, straight fire. I wouldn't want to do another special with anybody else but you. So eat your mother vegetables.
Oh, it made you go right to the feet.
Want a few more of these bitches. You know, Brendan, your speech made me cry. Because it reminded me of all those hard days of work and all that money I never got for it. The other real special shout out I gotta make, because none of this would have been possible on any level without this person, is my mother. Mom. If you had just given birth to me, that would have been more than enough. The fact that you raised me and raised me well. We had a real oral tradition in our house. I knew the word griot when I was a little boy. A griot was a person in Africa who was charged with keeping the stories of the village. Everyone would tell a griot the stories, and they would remember them all so that they could tell future generations. When they got old, they'd tell them to someone else. And they say in Africa, when a griot dies, it's like a library was birthed, man. My mother used to tell me before I ever thought about doing comedy, she said, you should be a griot. And she filled me with every story of black life. You know, she's educated in African-American studies, and she would let me understand the context that I was being raised in. That I'm being raised in a hostile environment that I have to paint. By the time I was 14 years old, I was in nightclubs, mastering an adult world. It was terrifying. Crack epidemic was going on, and my mother would hear gunshots outside and be scared to death. Maybe it's my son. Early in my career, you remember, Mom, you used to sit in the club with me. You do a full day of work. You'd be back there falling asleep, just waiting for me to go on. She would watch my show every night. You know how long that car ride is
Nigga
home?
$5. Say, nigga, I ain't $5 this time.
How many of you have ever heard your mother say, jokes were a little too much tonight, son? I was a soft kid. I was sensitive. My mother used to tell me this thing. I don't know if you remember, but you said this to me more than once. You said, son, sometimes you have to be a lion so you can be the lamb you really are. I talk this like a lion. I'm not afraid of any of you when it comes word to word. I will gab with the best of them just so I can chill and be me. And that's why I love my art form, because I understand every practitioner of it. Whether I agree with them or not, I know where they're coming from. They want to be heard. They got something to say. There's something they've noticed. They just want to be understood. Love this job. It saved my life. So tonight, Mom, I would like to honor you in a very special way that I cannot do on my own. But because now I'm a man with great and influential friends, I'd like to ask my man Thundercat to come out on the stage. Thundercat, Mighty Most Def. Washington, D.C., thank you very much for giving me a home and a place to start. Today is officially Dave Chappelle Day in Washington, D.C. The mayor declared it last night.
Yeah, niggas, we back. Mm-hmm.
We back, nigga. Oh! Face.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before I did Kill 'Em Softly, when I was 22, HBO gave me the biggest opportunity of my life at that time. They gave me a half-hour special, but this shit was not like a special. You know what I mean? It was like generic.
That's bullshit. 20 y'all should have got that. Good shit.
And I shot it in San Francisco at a place called Broadway Studios, which is on the second floor of a building. Beneath Broadway Studios,
good take, Chosen.
It's a nightclub.
Yep.
And the special was only supposed to be 30 minutes. And I got ready, I practiced, I did all the shit I was supposed to do. And the night that I taped, 20 minutes into my 30-minute set, I'll never forget this music. Started blasting the nightclub underneath. You hear it real loud, and it fucked my whole show up. And
That made me go up so slow with it.
Yeah.
I was a young man. I really believed in what I was doing. And I thought that my dream could kill me. When I got off stage, I ran down the steps to the alley behind Broadway Studios, where the control trucks are parked, and I kicked that motherfucking door open, and I started yelling at all the producers. I was nobody in show business. Just a guy that believed in us. I said, man, get your fuck that fucking music. What the fuck were you thinking? And there was a guy who was a big-time producer. I ain't saying no names. He stood up and said, hey, kid, get the fuck down. He said, we didn't ruin anything. He said, we made a deal with that nightclub to not play music, and they didn't honor the deal. And I said, who didn't honor
Boom, they're coming. Yeah.
And he pointed to a guy. I'll never forget it. It was an old white man.
Good boy.
Tourist by himself. I didn't waste no time. I asked no questions. I went to that Ford Taurus, and I beat on that window, and I said, open the door, motherfucker. I want to talk. And that old man looked at me for 1 second and wisely drove the fuck off. And left me in the alley cussing at anybody who would listen.
Damn it!
And 2 minutes later, literally 120 seconds later, couldn't have been any more than that, the doors, the kitchen, and the alley of that nightclub underneath Broadway Studios flung open. And that old man was standing there. That same
No
old
clue
man.
with that man, right? No, no clue.
As calm as cucumber. He said, you
Freaking.
I didn't know anything about the streets at this age. I found out later in my life that these men were Russian mobsters. And I don't know what you guys know about the Russian mob, but these are the niggas that killed Denzel in Training Day. And all the producers knew what I was up against. They said, Dave, do not go in there. And I said, yeah, fuck y'all. And I walked right into that kitchen, and they closed the doors behind me, and it got dark as fuck in there. And I knew, I'm not
Good
dumb.
boy.
I knew the situation. But you have to understand, I believed in what I was doing. I didn't give a fuck. Just kept cussing at these motherfuckers. Tell them how they ruined my life. And that old man couldn't believe that I was talking all this shit.
Yeah, Reverend.
And as soon as I took a breath, he stopped me gently. He said, hey, yeah, listen. Your friends lied to you. He said, we made a deal. Your friends never paid. When he said that, I realized I was locked in the kitchen. I realized he was telling the truth, which would make me wrong. And the very moment that I realized I was wrong for the first time, I was afraid. You see, it's a funny thing if you believe you're absolutely right. You can get drunk off the feeling of how right you are. That's why gay people are so mean. I started doing stand-up comedy when I was 14. I'll never forget the first time I was on stage. The guy who introduced me was a guy named J.T. Newton. I'm 47. I can close my eyes and remember the introduction like it was yesterday. It went like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this next young man coming to the stage is starting his comedy career tonight. Who knows? He may be witnessing the birth of a star. Please welcome David Chappell. From the first time that I ever held a microphone, I was sure this was it. I knew I was home. I knew I had found my thing. And my God, man, I was a child. I got good. Matter of fact, I was good from the moment I started. And I'm not saying this to be a braggart. I'm telling you the truth. These old niggas was in awe of me. How was this little boy so poised? They used to say.
Good shit.
I was. I mean, you know, I got better, but...
Oh, my God.
About a year into it, when I was 15 years old,
man.
I had written a joke during the AIDS epidemic about having a Goodyear condom. Something, I don't even remember the joke. Something about an industrial strength condom by Goodyear. I just remember all the comedians really liked that joke. And there was an older comedian. And he came to me one night after the show, after he saw the joke, and he said, listen, I got an audition at another comedy club, and I was wondering, do you mind if I do that joke? I just want to borrow it. Now, I'm a kid. I don't know any better. I'm like, borrow it? Well, I guess, sure, if it'll help your career. I let him do the joke. And then weeks later, I was waiting to go on in the comedy club, and he went on before me.
Tighten up.
And he did the joke. And after the show, I pulled him aside and I said, hey, man, I don't mind you borrowing my jokes, but you got to give them back. Oh, I forgot to ask him. He goes, let me buy that joke from you for $50. And I said, man, I'd do it, but I'm just starting out. I need all the material I can get. The idea being, the more material I can accumulate, the faster I'll be able to make money for my work. I said, I can't do it. I want my joke back. I'll never forget this. Remember, I was a 15-year-old child. This guy was a grown-ass man. He stood up over me so I could see how big he was. And he said to me, really? And he did. I got scared. I was tired. I never forgot that. I never forgot that. I was 15 years old. I'm 47 now. I think about this guy all the time. When I look at my own kids and I see how young and innocent they are, I can't believe someone did that to me. And I don't think about it every day because that was the worst thing that happened to me.
Come on, yeah.
Think about it every day. It was the first time someone ever did that to me. But in my career, it has happened many, many times since. Where someone would intimidate me, scare me, and take something. He was mine. Tell you another story. Now I'm 18 years old. I'm living in New York City.
He just throw it out of bounds,
finished
really?
my first road tour, which was a very difficult tour. I'll spare you the details. Now I'm back in New York, but my rent is paid.
Yeah,
thank
that's
God.
that momentum switch. Flip.
And I have $60 to my name. And a woman that I met in Pittsburgh, a bad Dominican bitch. Was coming to New York. She was going to spend the weekend with me. I couldn't wait for her to get there. She was coming that evening. Remember, I only had $60 for a whole weekend to entertain a bad bitch. Now I'm walking through Greenwich Village, and I see something I've never seen before. 3-card Monte. You know what that is? Yeah, the guy had the whole thing. The table was set up, and he had the 3-card, and the crowd was hooting and hollering, and he was like, find the red card, find the red card. And people were playing. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but it was really exciting. I'm standing there watching it, and I noticed while I'm watching them play this game that the red card, the one you're trying to find, is just a little bend on the corner. And I'm watching and I'm like, yo, this guy doesn't seem to know that red card is bent. I'm going to beat this motherfucker. And I walked up to the table and I said, let me play a hand. I put my last $60 on that table and he starts to shuffle and find the red card. Find the red card. And I kept watching that bent card go around the table, make sure I kept my eyes on that bent card. And when he stopped shuffling and he said, find the red card, I pointed to it with confidence. Here it is right here. And he flipped it over. And it was black. And he took my money. I couldn't fucking believe that. How did this nigga do that? Was that magic or sorcery? I was confused. So you know what I did?
Yeah, I think that's it for me, y'all.
And I watched them.
Yeah, same here.
For a real long time.
Hey,
play the game.
something to eat. All right.
All right.
All those
Good run.
and hollering and betting.